This is the brand new DJI Osmo Nano, a pocket-sized camera with some seriously powerful features. And in this video, I'm going to show you what this camera is all about. Now, inside this tiny body, you've got a new 1/1.3-inch sensor with 13.5 stops of dynamic range, shooting in 10-bit D-Log-M for cinematic colors. It can also push slow motion all the way to 4K 120 frames per second, while still giving you a super wide 140-degree field of view. The camera is waterproof, works seamlessly with the DJI mics, and runs up to 200 minutes on one single charge. Plus, it supports fast charging, so when you're out in the field and you need to top it up quickly, you'll be able to do so. The Osmo Nano is also magnetic, so you can mount it pretty much anywhere, and it packs up to 128 gigs of internal storage. But what makes it really unique is this brand new Vision Dock, which is also magnetic. It's basically a wireless monitor, remote control, and a high-speed transfer hub all in one. This way you will also be able to preview shots live, adjust settings on the fly, and even drop in a micro SD card for extra storage. So let's go out in the field and see how this camera actually performs, because let's be honest, the most important part is the image quality. So let's see in how many places we can attach the camera, because I have a feeling we're gonna have a good time. Let's send it. In case you're wondering why the audio is so good, currently I am actually connected to the DJI Mic Mini, and it's wirelessly connected directly to the Osmo Nano, which is amazing because that way you can vlog or, just ensure that you have crisp audio at all times. The Osmo Nano, you can detach the screen off the camera, which is obviously amazing because you can review your footage live as you're recording. And if you need to change the settings, you can do it directly here on the screen. This better be working, man. One thing I really like about this camera is that you can actually shoot in 4:3, and for those who don't know, shooting in 4:3 is pretty much almost as if you'd be shooting in a square, and because of that you don't have to crop for socials if you want to shoot a reel, for instance, but you also don't have to crop if you shoot for YouTube. So basically you get the best of both worlds. All this driving really got me hungry, so let's get some food. With the size of this camera, you find that battery life isn't actually as bad as I thought, but if you do detach it and you want a live review while you're recording, it definitely drains the battery. So make sure you have a portable charger with you, because within 5 minutes or so, you should regain around 20% more battery. The stabilization of this camera is actually pretty damn good. We are currently shooting at 4K 30, 4:3 in the wide aspect ratio. And for the stabilization, we chose the daily. You can also choose between daily and sport, and I believe the sport stabilization allows you to, run with it and make it look more stable. But if you're vlogging with this is perfect because it's super low profile, it's small, and if you feel a bit uncomfortable with vlogging in public, like pretty much I'm doing right now, this might be the right choice for you. The form factor of the Osmo Nano is ridiculous. It's so tiny. And compare that to this bad boy here, which is obviously huge in comparison to the Osmo Nano. The barrier of entry has never been lower when it comes to vlogging or creating content. And the quality you get out of this, 10-bit color, D-Log-M, it's pretty ridiculous. Now on the Osmo Nano, you'll be able to shoot a 10-bit D-Log-M log color profile. It's a color profile that I've been using amongst all of the DJI products, and I love it because you have so much dynamic range. So I thought right now is a great example to actually show you that, because behind me you can see the sun setting, so it's quite lit, versus here in the foreground we're quite dark. But it's really doing a great job at balancing both exposure levels quite evenly, which is quite nice. So as an FPV pilot, my first thought was, of course, hey, this is tiny, this fits perfectly on an FPV drone and should improve flight time. So that's exactly what we were about to do. So I'm keen to test it out. It shoots in 4:3, which is obviously beneficial for FPV pilots, because later on when you want to stabilize it with third-party apps, it can crop in a little bit and you don't lose as much footage. For this flight though, I think I'm going to use the in-camera stabilization, and we're going to shoot it in the daily stabilization mode. This should hopefully be enough to see what we can capture with it, and maybe there's an alternative on how you can capture FPV footage with lesser weight. who has built his career by using action cameras, it's really awesome to see how far technology has come. I mean, once again, look how tiny this thing is in comparison to a full action cam. And the fact that you get quite good footage out of it is pretty damn impressive. Obviously, this will most likely not be my first choice when it comes to flying FPV because you just get more quality out of a full action cam. But it's definitely a good option, especially when you want to increase your flight time. Now, seeing that the footage turned out to look actually pretty good on the drone, I thought, why not, step it up a little bit, and instead of just, flying over the water and down cliffs, let's chase some subjects. So I'm gonna link up with two of my friends who are wind foilers, and despite the wind not being that strong, I think we can still get some really cool chasing shots, and we're gonna shoot everything in 4K, 60 frames per second, so we can slow it down later in post and see what we can pick up. Now let's answer the million-dollar question, who is this camera actually for? And to be honest, before I started shooting with this camera, I didn't think that this camera is for me because I've never really paid attention much to these tiny cameras because usually the camera quality is not as good. However, with the Osmo Nano, I gotta say, I'm impressed. I also really appreciated how well it performed on an FPV drone because once again, as an FPV pilot, we always try to improve flight time in a way or be more efficient when flying, and the fact that we were capable of getting such high quality content with this tiny camera, come on man. Being able to shoot at 4x3 is in my opinion a must-have when you have an action camera because you will be able to shoot for horizontal videos and also for vertical without having to crop. And the fact that you can do this on this camera is pretty awesome. I also think, as I previously mentioned, that this is a great vlogging camera if you're trying to be a bit more undercover. If you don't want to have such a big camera in your face and, maybe you feel a bit intimidated, or maybe you just, you're just starting out and you just want to keep it a bit low-key. This camera is great for that. Another great feature about this camera, I think, is that you can come up with so many creative angles. It's magnetic, so you can stick it to pretty much anywhere, as you saw in the video, and it looks legit. Sometimes you have an idea of making a shot work and you just can't do it because the camera is too big or you just can't mount it. But with the Nano, you can probably do it. And the bottom line is, this camera is just so easy to use. Straight out of the box, you hit record and you get pretty decent footage with it. If you want to dial in a bit more, you shoot in D-Log-M in the log profile and you have a bit more freedom later in post, depending on your skill level. So personally, I think this is a great overall camera, especially for the price point and the form factor. And if color grading is not something that you're really into, or it's just not something that you want to do, I do have a custom LUT package specifically designed for the D-Log-M color profile. So if you use the code NANO, you can save yourself 20% off. But enough talking about me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to hear from you. Do you think this is a camera that you would actually use? Would you go and buy this? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's go.